And now I'm back with another one. Y'all already know what's going on. It's your boy Daz, and this my journal. And if you new here, like, comment, and subscribe. If you've been rocking with me for a while, I appreciate you to the max, for real, for real. Today, what I want to talk about is be the Michael Jackson of your family. Let me say that one more time. Be the Michael Jackson of your family. And the reason I say that is because a lot of times we'll be so talented that we want to hold it back because we don't want to outdo other people, or we feel like we should humble ourselves and not really knowing the definition of humble, but thinking humble ourselves like, oh, don't try to your best ability, or don't try to be the best that you can. And I think it should be the opposite way. If you have talent, I think you should pursue that talent, if no ifs, ands, or buts. And a lot of time when you the Michael Jackson of the family, you know you the Michael Jackson of the family. Like the Michael Jackson of the family know who's the Michael Jackson of the family. The whole family know who's the Michael Jackson, but you know, they gonna throw shade. They might try to make you feel less of who you are. And that's where you gotta ignore it. I've been watching like Michael Jackson interviews and just catching up on Michael Jackson, because as a kid I did love Michael Jackson music. I used to love it. I remember he had a Michael Jackson game, and that was one of my favorite games growing up. So I just started checking out new things of Michael Jackson. I didn't see the movie yet, and it just reminded me, like, in this world, when you on a right path, when you doing the right thing, people will try to play you out to be crazy or make you feel less of who you are, or try to just make it seem like what you saying ain't right. Follow your heart, man. Follow your heart. Follow your heart. First things I want to steal from Michael Lowe is, he was saying, study the greats and learn from them. A lot of times people be feeling like, especially me, I used to feel like I don't want to pay attention to nobody else because I'm doing my thing. I don't want my thing to be like nobody else's. But in order to be a great, you got to study the great and study how they did it, what they did, and see how you can improve on what they have done. I didn't even know. I just found this out recently, that the moonwalk wasn't originally Michael's. But Michael Jackson took that, stole it, and took it and put it into his own way. And it made it the moonwalk. Now everybody knows it for what? Michael Jackson moonwalk. Not to get off topic, but Michael John Basquiat, 95% of his artwork came from a medical book. I think it was an African medical book or something of that nature. He said he stole it, but when you steal things, don't steal things and copy and be a carbon copy of somebody. Steal things and put it into your own fabric. Put it into your own way of doing it. Put it into a way that's so you put your uniqueness into something that you've seen done before. And that's the only way it becomes yours. That's how you take something to make it yours. And that's the first thing I got from Michael is study the greats. And studying Michael, another thing I got for him is he had like a deep belief in himself. You got to understand that in order to do anything, I had to start doing that too, realizing that myself, that in order to do anything in this world, you got to first believe it. You got to first believe it. You can't just say, I'm going to do this. All right, that's like somebody saying, I'm going to be a billionaire. And then you see them every day just sitting there, not doing anything towards becoming that billionaire. And you know they don't really believe it. They just saying it just to have a talk. When you believe something, you embody it. When you believe that you can become something, you embody it. Like me, I realized, like, before, I used to always say I was an artist, right? But subconsciously at them times, it's not that I didn't believe it. It's just that I feel like usually artists start at like 13, 15. I started at 20. So I was like, It was just like I didn't have that download yet to be like, oh, I'm an artist. And then I realized, like, I'm a fucking artist. I gotta embody, I gotta move like an artist, act like an artist, speak like an artist, walk like an artist, talk like an artist. Embody it before we can actually do it, before we can actually get to where we want to be. And how do you embody something how can you embody something if you don't believe in it? How can you embody something if you don't believe in it or believe in yourself enough to become whatever you want to become? How? That's another thing that I took from him. Like, he had childlike belief. Childlike belief. Now I see why he wanted to be around kids so much. Because I used to always say this too. Kids is the closest thing to God. And I never really understood that. Why people used to say that. But it's because they're so pure. They're not thinking with any bad intentions. Kids don't think with intentions to do bad or good. They just do. They just do. And they just live, like they just living with no intentions on what they just living. They're just having fun, being pure. You ever hear a kid say something and you like, where did you find that information from? Or you ever see a kid do something and then you learn from the kid? Like, I didn't learn patience from kids. Believe it or not. I didn't learn grit from kids. I done seen some kids, like I know everybody knows some kids like this. You could tell them a no 1,000 times. They're not gonna stop until they get that yes. And that's how we should be as adults too. When you want something, don't stop. I'm gonna get that yes. I'm going to get it. And I'm not gonna do anything out of my way to get it, but I'm gonna annoy life so much that God forced to give it to me. And that's what I picked up from that. You got to believe in yourself so much, but have like a childlike belief. Don't quit. Be persevering. That's what I'm taking from Michael Jackson. I wrote down like a list of things that I'm taking from Michael Jackson. And I just wanted to spill with y'all because I've been realizing these within me. And I realized that in every family, there's a Michael Jackson. So ask yourself, are you the Michael Jackson in your family? With that being said, if you got a vision to do something, don't let nothing stop you. And if there's no way to do it, create one. Create one. Create one. Michael Jackson said that he wanted Thriller to sell 20 million records. He wanted Thriller to sell 20 million records. And his brothers was like, 20 million? You ain't gonna sell 20 million. 7 million, 8 million, yeah, you probably do that. But 20 is too much. You're not doing it. He sold 40 million. Stop letting people tell you what you can or cannot do. Stop letting people tell you the ceiling. Stop letting people put their ceiling on you. You know what you're capable of. You know what you can do, son. And this is how I talk to myself too. I know sometimes that I get out of line and I do things that I question myself for, but I realize that everything is a part of this dance of life. And I'm not going to keep putting myself down and feel less of who I am because I made a mistake. No, I'm going to learn from the mistake and keep going. But while I'm making the mistakes, it's like I'm creating my own path because I'm learning from my mistakes and I'm learning how to be better doing what I'm doing. That sounds a little confusing, but if you get it, you get it. I don't want to have to meet somebody outside and somebody put me on. Don't get me wrong, I don't mind that, but I'd rather create my lane, create my image, create who I am. And nobody gonna tell me I can't do what I set myself out to do. Once you have that goal, that vision, don't let nothing stop you. Like, I was watching in an episode in the thing where they said Michael Jackson wanted everything perfect. And I used to wonder why I was such a perfectionist back in the past. Because I'm a perfectionist. When it comes to like work and art and shit like that, Super perfectionist. I want my shit to sound a certain way. I want my shit to look a certain way. It just gotta be a certain way for me, right? And I realized when you're a perfectionist, you want it to just be and sound. You want it to be the most how you see it in your head. That's all of it. That's really all it is. You want your art to come out exactly how you seen it in your head. That's what a perfectionist in art is. And I realized that you can't like. I can be a perfectionist. I can get it out to what I like, and even because 95% of the times when I put music out or I do something, I'm like, damn, I could have did this better. Damn, I could have did that better. But no, this is my path, and I did when I put it out. I seen it, and that's exactly how I liked it. Sometimes I didn't get the results that I wanted to, but now moving forward, I know I'm gonna do exactly what I see in my head. And if I can't get it done that way, I'm gonna keep trying until it get done that way. And that's what I'm learning. Create your own path. I didn't have no real good videographers. I picked up a camera, start shooting my own videos, start doing my own thing. Create your own path. Create your own path, man. Don't let nobody tell you what you can or you cannot do. Create your own path. And last but not least, I don't even want to. Yeah, last but not least is when I was watching the Michael Jackson, like, you know, I always just watch up on different people like artists, Michael Jean Basquiat, Andy Warhol, Pablo Picasso. I just study all them things. I just like watching them things. But when I was watching about Michael Jackson, one thing really stood out to me. And the thing that stood out to me was, he said you have to create an identity that you want to be and become that. And that hit me hard. You know why? Because a lot of us, we great, but we run around subconsciously. What I mean by this is like, a lot of people don't know who they are, what they want to be, or like, they just see the next person and follow him. I wasn't a follower. I just never created my own identity. As of lately, right now, I know who I am. I have my identity locked in. I know exactly who I am, what I want to be in life, where I am, and how I'm presenting myself to the world. But before, back in the days when I first started music and things, I didn't have an identity. I didn't create an identity of, all right, this is an artist Daz. I'm the artist Daz. This is that. This is this. This is that. You know what I'm saying? All I really did was jumble up everything together. Meaning that when I started doing music and I started creating my art, I brung in the old me into my art. Don't get me wrong. All right, let me put it in a way where it makes a lot of sense. I didn't separate myself when I started to believe that I could do something. I didn't create an identity. So with me not creating an identity, you just, like, if you see something that you like, you start floating and gravitating towards that. But if you have an identity, you know exactly who you are, what you're going for, and how you're gonna go get it. Because you gotta come up with a plan. And you gotta embody somebody. Embody yourself. Embody the highest being of yourself. Create an identity, like you create a character, but let the character be true to you. You can't say, "Oh, I'm Elon Musk now," and then think you Elon Musk for real. I mean, you might get a little smarter, you might earn a little bit of money, but you ain't gonna have Elon Musk money. Create the best you see for you. If you do music, put in your head, you know, see yourself as the best musician. If you do art like drawing, see yourself as the best artist. If you do anything in this world, you take pictures, see yourself as the best photographer. See yourself as the most pristine photographer. Have that aura to yourself. A lot of people don't have that. A lot of people try to fake it too. And that's another thing. That's why I tell you to do it within something that you really like doing. Because if I try to fake being like an artist, it feel weird. You don't feel, but I'm an artist. So it don't feel weird when I look at myself in the mirror and I say, oh, I'm the biggest artist in the world. I don't feel weird no more saying that. I don't feel like I don't feel weird. Cause why? I created who I want to be, my identity. And with that being said, if you watching this and you know you great and you got something great stored up in you and you got family that's hating on you, or you got it's a lot of situations going on, or you know that you can be way more further than you are, but you feel like certain situations is holding you back, stop letting life hold you back, man. Stop letting life hold you back. There's so much opportunities out here. You just gotta believe in yourself. And I'm just giving you some lessons of what the biggest pop star in the world, the biggest pop star ever, was doing. And this is my journal, so you know I watch it back. I'm talking to y'all just as much as I'm talking to myself. So with that being said, it's your boy Daz. Put God first. And I'm out of here. Peace.